But here's the thing. Is the system ready to employ such hooligans, such criminals? Are the Indians ready to employ some Zulus from the KZN to enter their spaces? Knowing very well what they've caused in the past few months. Are white people, Afrikaners, ready to hire some Zulus from the KZN in their farms? I'll tell you what, no. They are not ready to hire these people. You can't fight something that you don't know. You can't fight the system if you don't know anything about the system. Those with money don't want to hire you guys. They don't want to hire you guys. They want to exploit the black child. Even when they're ready to hire you guys, are you ready to work in farms as a South African? It's an opportunity. If you are non-matriculant, yes, it's an opportunity for you to go and seek a job there and really find a job there and work. But is the system ready to hire some of you guys? You have disturbed their shenanigans. You think they are ready to hire you guys? No. They will always find a way to maneuver and beat the system. You chased away innocent people. You destroyed families. Girlfriends and boyfriends, husbands and wives. Kids are left with no fathers now in their homes. Kids are now left with no mothers in their homes. Kids who were born here from a South African husband or from a South African wife now have to leave and go live in Malawi. I mean, tell me if that's not cruelty. Tell me if that's not cruelty, bro. So inhuman. Where is the spirit of Ubuntu? What happened to Mutukabat? Yes, people must document themselves. People must go and queue in Home Affairs so that the Home Affairs can document and really get to know who are these people. But to chase them like that in this winter, and then in the next few months you expect your luck, you expect things to open up for you. You expect to go and kneel down and really pray to God and say, God, please help me, assist my family. My kids are looking for jobs. I am looking for a job. You really think God will have to come through and really listen to your prayers? Let's watch this video.
South Africans are unemployable. Hi, my name is Kabelo Khosana, serial entrepreneur, but that's not the point. I make this video because recently I've been recruiting South Africans, mostly truck drivers, to send them to Europe to drive trucks in Europe. I have received over 5,000 applications, but with that 5,000, or among that 5,000, only 10 people, or 5 actually, candidates have actually submitted the correct documents, have the right attitude. Out of 5,000, 5. That is very sad. That had made me realize that in South Africa we don't have a job problem. There's plenty of jobs. However, we have an employable person or lack of problem. A lot of you are unemployable. The reason is you lack unprofessionalism. You cannot follow instructions. When we simply ask you for something, then you will go and decide, no, I will give them something else. So it's a big problem because of, at the end of the day, the reason why we have high numbers of unemployment in South Africa. I just realized that it's not that there's no jobs. There's plenty of jobs. The biggest problem is employability. You lack certain skills like being professional, communication skills, writing skills, following instruction skills. We need to fix that. That's a big problem.
This guy here is a South African, and he's also an employer of labor. You understand? He employs people, so he knows what he's saying. He knows what he's talking about. You know, he said a huge number of South Africans applied for jobs, over 5,000. At the end of the day, not even up to 50 or 100. You know, they're qualified. Like, it is not all about foreigners must leave. Foreigners are taking your job. Foreigners are taking your business. Are you employable in your own country? You know, if you as a South African, if you make it and you want to employ people, would you also employ your people? Would you also employ South Africans? It is not all about foreigners are taking our jobs, foreigners are taking our work, foreigners are doing this, foreigners are doing that, foreigners must leave. Do you yourself that is applying for a job, are you qualified? Do you know what you're applying for? Over 5,000 applied for a job, not even up to 5 or 10 as the qualification. You understand? You can imagine. And they are South Africans.
Y'all know how South Africa been marching against, illegal immigration. Well, one of their leaders, regional leaders, was assassinated. They assassinated this man in his own driveway. His name was Adili. Excuse me if I mispronounced that. He was a prominent activist and a regional leader in South Africa anti-illegal immigration movement, March in March. He was ambushed and shot outside his home in Greensfields, Ikurhuliri. I hope I pronounced that right. I'll put everything in the description box. On July 4th, 2026, after spending several days in critical care, he died to his injuries and passed away in the hospital on July 9, 2026. Following his fatal shooting, the organization's spokesperson alleged that the attack was a targeted assassination linked to death threats received by multiple movement leaders. These threats were allegedly made by groups involved in extortion rackets. The March and March movement has since announced that it will intensify its nationwide demonstrations in response to his death. They have an ongoing investigation, but they haven't found any suspects as of this moment. But yeah, just out there peaceful marching, and he's receiving death threats, and ultimately someone followed through. You gotta be safe these days out there protesting.
Have you engaged with much about what the implications of what they are doing is? Because if you look at what's happening already in your continent, there seems to be a backlash already.
Yeah, we have engaged, as you are aware, through the IMC process with all the stakeholders involved in this protest. And the government made it clear of the implications to the South African constitutional project, the rule of law, that this should be the responsibility of the state alone to enforce the law, but also the economic implications of these diplomatic implications across the continent. And I can say, JJ, that collectively put together, this does impact, it will impact the South African standing, not only economically and so forth, but also our human rights outlook as a country, because internationally we remain the pen holders of the anti-racism, xenophobia and related intolerance because of the Durban conference, if you remember, in 2002, because that was a conference that we remained the pen holder in Geneva on this issue. So it does impact our moral standing as a human
globally,
rights. Globally. And you're correct with regards to the economy. The South African economy, almost most of our semi-processed products goes to the African continent. You name them, whether it's in agriculture, semi-processed food, 50% of it goes to the African continent. The states are there. SARS can provide 45% of other semi-processed products also outside agriculture goes into the African continent. And now with the opening up on the Africa Free Trade Area, this is a huge platform. It's a huge market, 1.5 billion. The whole world is looking into coming into the African continent because of this. And ourselves can't want now to isolate ourselves from what everyone in the world wants to come into. Not only for that, but also with the critical minerals. We are home to almost 30% of such. And South Africa, as the most industrial part of the continent, should be a leader in this respect and leading the African continent on semi-processed, on manufacturing, on industrialization, which is also an outcome of our G20 meeting, the declaration. All those things should be engaged with the African continent to build on that, to create jobs across the continent, to involve young people, including. But
how are we going to stem the tide?
Yeah, that's it. And that's why we raise it with them. But also to say that we do have a responsibility, that there is no country in the continent, and that's what is also emerging with our counterparts.
So South Africans that took over foreign-owned businesses, you understand? After driving them away, they took over their business. Now they are complaining that customers are not patronizing them. It's gone so bad that even the pioneer of March for March, the one that said foreigner must go, is beyond alive. Because they are upset that the business is no longer moving as usual. They are stagnant. The economic is down. So he was on alive outside his house. The man that pioneered the march for march against anti-immigration, he is being unalive, being assassinated. The ultimate. That's to tell you that they are tired. They are fed up.
Foreigners has got their own embassy here in South Africa. If they were maybe documented inside our country, it was gonna be much better without being chased away. But if they have gone to their countries and came back with the papers or documentation, it's still fine, but we are still gonna suffer because they are not gonna come back tomorrow. They will still take time to fix their documentation in their own countries and come back. Some of them, they will not come back, you understand. Also here in this street, I think we are seeing shops closed, you understand. It's not only here, generally it's all over, you understand. Now, which means we do not own anything whatsoever. These shops are theirs, for foreigners. Economically, we are gonna suffer, South Africans. Maybe we will be, it's a learning curve from today onwards, how we are going to rebuild our country, how we are going to make sure that economically we uplift ourselves.
It's difficult. It's difficult, man. It's very, very, very difficult. We have only more than 15 cars from early in the morning. I was here from 4 o'clock until now. I never get a load. It's difficult. It's difficult. The business is down. I'm thinking about the new cars we have bought. We're not going to make it. We are not going to make it. We are not going to pay the car installment. If we can live like this, there is no business. It's going to be difficult. The foreigners, we must live with them. If we want our economics to go up, we must live with the foreigners. If they go back to their countries, it's going to be no business, no investment. All the shops are around here, they are closed. Where are people going to?
Today is very quiet. There's no any business. There's no any business at all. The shops, they are closed. Even if you can see by the streets here, there are nobody walking around. So I think each and every individual who is a foreigner maybe must try to visit their ambassadors which are here in South Africa and have the proper documents so that this economy should go up. They have been contributing much. Isn't like we are talking about the business early this morning. You can see it's quiet. Now they are no longer there. Everything is quiet. So that indicates us that we need them here with their papers, proper documents, so that we can manage to make things right.
I'm feeling very bad. I'm feel very bad because anyway so far what is happening in other side is very good. I think immigrants, they must have a document. Yeah, because of most important people, they must be identified because of the crime. Because as maybe me, I have documented. Someone doesn't have a document, so which means is a threat to us. Okay, they are contributing a lot to economy, but as far as I'm concerned, people, they must be here in a proper way.
Taxi drivers, they are complaining that customers are not patronizing them. This is one thing. There are some things that you don't need to go to school to know. You understand? What I'm saying is this here. They didn't know that they actually drove the customers too. Yes, they thought all the business owners were foreigners. not knowing that even the customers are also foreigners that were patronizing them. Now the South Africans are complaining. So I don't understand. You drove the customer too. You didn't just drive the business owner. You drove the customers. So who's going to patronize you when you've driven the customers? That is the thing. No one will patronize you. You guys keep complaining, oh, no one comes to patronize you, nobody comes to patronize you. That's because you drove the real customers. When you were driving the business owner, you were driving the customer. The customers are also foreigners. So please stop complaining. Deal with your should I say shit? No. Deal with your stuff.
Please, let's read this comment. This South African man says, don't lie, stop. The foreign that street are still they selling drugs. Well, I know they finish. And because you see police van, make it make sense to me. Do you have a place in South Africa that foreigners are selling drugs, broad daylight, and your policemen are not doing anything about it? Is that what you're trying to let me know? You have a place, a street in South Africa that match cannot get close to it, and people are selling drugs, and your policemen are in support of it. Is that what you are telling me? Sometimes you people will drop comments on the comment section. You think you are bullying people just because you want to suit yourself to say that it is not the South Africans are selling drugs on the streets, broad daylight, and your police van is there. Make it make sense to me. The way we wanna take the defend una self, una dey even the mission, una know they know. Police van on the streets in South Africa, broad daylight. People are selling drugs. According to you, you say they are foreigners. They are selling drugs, and your police people cannot do anything. Please make it make sense to me. So you are trying to let me know that South Africans, they don't sell drugs. It is only the foreigners that sell drugs. And we have a street in South Africa that foreigners sells drugs, broad daylight, and your policemen are there.
God have mercy.
Do you ever want to take the defend on yourself? When I know they even know what to they talk again, no? Just because you want to say South Africans people don't sell drugs, and your police van there for the street where they sell drugs, and match are there butchering people, looting people. Make it make sense to me. I see reason why this guy will sing this song. Oh, South Africans, shame on you. You disgrace yourselves from the African countries. Oh, South Africans, shame on you. South Africans, shame on you. You want to defend yourself, not even the shame, Kai! So we get place for South Africa where foreigners they sell drugs for street, broad daylight, and your policemen are there protecting them. And match is on the streets, and your minister is calling Nigerians to come and tell them where they're feeding the drugs, where your policemen are the one protecting the sellers. Hey, well, I know they finish. Kambura ubanchan. Kai, I raise my case.
South Africans are now begging Africans to come back after you chase them out of your country and there is no work. The country have collapsed. Now look at the list of the country South Africans are giving visa free for a country you guys have spoiled. So you want me to come to South Africa and be suffering? We are not coming. Tell those people that we take their job to occupy the office and the shop rights. You get the point? But remind you that 30 July of this month, South Africans are leaving Nigeria. Clocky.
The US government is now officially meeting with pro-apartheid South Africans. Again, the United States ambassador to South Africa is now publicly meeting up with pro-apartheid South Africans who want to create their own country in South Africa and is posting them to their Twitter, proud to meet with them. Great to see Africana leaders from the Solidarity Movement, AfriForum, Solidarity, SAAI, NEASA, and Freedom Front Plus. We discussed how the U.S. government's focus on the community could contribute to a safer and more prosperous South Africa. The problem is, all these organizations he named, AfriForum, Solidarity, SAI, NESA, and Freedom Front Plus, are all pro-apartheid white supremacist organizations. Y'all are out here killing. Now they're getting official backing from the whites, from the US government. Y'all ain't seen shit yet.
This is a lesson. This is a lesson that we supposed to be learning. Education for free. This one. Other colors, they fight for each other, for their race to be united. Even if that race is somewhere away across the world, they still know that they are each other's brothers. They still love each other, they still stand with each other, they still fight for each other. But us, in Motov of Africa, we just can't unite. We have to call each other names, and then we think that we are better than others. Before I finish, go in front of the mirror and look at yourself. If you are black, are you different than the Mozambican? Are you different than the Ghanaian? Hi, bandla.